Making headlines, President Dr. Mohammad Muiz has ratified the foreign currency bill, a measure designed to mitigate the ongoing foreign currency shortage in the country. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz on Saturday arrived in Dageti Island as part of his two-day tour of some islands in Alif Dal Atoll. And President Dr. Mohammad Muiz visits Darbarge to evaluate the ongoing preparations for the recommencement of operations and services of 3 government ministries that were severely impacted by a fire on Thursday.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Dham Naim. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz ratifies the foreign currency bill, Forex bill, a measure designed to mitigate the ongoing foreign currency shortage in the country.
The bill, which mandates tourism facilities to exchange a portion of their foreign earnings through local banks, was passed with a majority vote of 56 lawmakers during the 60th Parliament sitting held on 12th December. The bill aims to define which transactions can be carried out using foreign currency and establish policies for the inward and outward remittances, deposits and exchange of foreign currency, as well as formulate additional regulations on foreign currency within a legal framework. The bill also restricts the use of foreign currency for any monetary transaction except under circumstances specified in the bill. Additionally, businesses that receive realized sales proceeds in foreign currency and generate over $15 million annually in foreign currency from the sale of tourism-related goods and services or from activities provided by tourism operators and other related entities must register with the Maldives Monetary Authority (MMA) and deposit their foreign currency earnings into a local bank account. Under the newly ratified bill, tourist resorts are required to exchange either $500 per tourist or 20% of their monthly foreign income through the banking system. Other tourism facilities, including guest houses and safari vessels, must exchange $25 per tourist or 20% of their foreign earnings every month. The bill declares MMA as the primary authority responsible for the administration and enforcement of the Act. It states that the MMA is required to draft necessary regulations within 2 months of the Act coming into effect. The bill has been gazetted upon ratification by the President and will come into effect on January 1st, 2025.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz visits Darbarge to evaluate the ongoing preparations for the recommencement of operations and services of 3 government ministries that were severely impacted by a fire on Thursday. The fire, which broke out early Thursday morning, devastated the building housing the Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development and the Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure. The Ascent Green building, home to the Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy, also sustained damage in the incident. In the aftermath of the fire, the operations and services of the 3 affected ministries were suspended. Efforts are currently underway to relocate the functions of these ministries to the Darbarge Convention Center to ensure the uninterrupted provisions of services. During his visit to Darbarge, President Dr. Muiz conducted a thorough inspection of the ongoing efforts to recommence service and provided directives on the necessary steps to expedite the process. The operations and services of the Ministry of Housing will resume on Sunday, according to Housing Minister Dr. Ali Haider Ahmad. The relocation of the ministries to Darbarge also led to the postponement of several events initially planned there, including the official function to commemorate Fisherman's Day and the Rehendi Awards. Despite the significant property loss, including a large amount of equipment and documentation, no injuries were reported. President Dr. Mohammad Moise arrives in Dangeti Island as part of his two-day tour of some islands in Alif Tal Atoll. In addition to Dangeti, the President is scheduled to visit Mahibadu and Omadu Island in the atoll, the President's office said. The President's office said President Dr. Moise will meet with the island councils and women's development committees of the respective islands in atoll. The visit forms a part of the President's ongoing program of council consultations, which commenced earlier this year. With the completion of this latest tour, the President has now held discussions with 185 councils across the country. The President is accompanied by a high-level government delegation during this tour. Minister of Construction and Infrastructure Dr. Abdullah Muttalib expresses confidence that important government information would be recovered despite severe fire damage to the building. The fire, which broke out early Thursday morning, devastated the building. Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development and the Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure. The Ascent Green building, home to the Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy, was also damaged in the incident. Speaking to reporters to provide updates on the fire incident on Saturday, Muttalib said a lot of information housed in the building had been backed up to the cloud. According to the minister, no information on housing nor the applications of the housing loan schemes had been lost in the fire. Muttalib said the top priority for the authorities is to recover the data and provide services to the people as soon as possible, assuring the public that government services will continue. The functioning of the three ministries affected by the fire on Thursday has been shifted to Darbargeh Conference Hall. The minister said the services of the ministries will be available from Sunday, adding that the necessary workspace and other facilities are being set up for the staff to begin from Sunday. Finance Minister Musa Zamir states that the most vulnerable populations must be protected from the risk posed by a debt crisis. The minister made the remarks while speaking at the Global Economic Forum 2024 in New Delhi, India.
In his address, the minister highlighted several challenges currently facing the global economy. He shed light on the Russia-Ukraine war and the developments in the Middle East, which have brought about a significant shift in global trade and economy. Minister Zamir expanded on these challenges and noted that significant hikes in the prices of oil and food had also impacted the Maldives. Additionally, the COVID-19 pandemic had forced countries to take out substantial loans. He noted, adding that these countries are now grappling with the challenges of paying back said loans sustainably. The minister emphasized that financial stability must be maintained while also navigating political and strategic realities when undertaking efforts to overcome these challenges. Therefore, countries like Maldives, which are actively repaying debt, must keep vulnerable populations in mind, he stressed. Further highlighting the importance of choosing a productive approach to debt repayment and increasing revenue, the minister commented on assistance extended by international agencies, noting that such support is essential to ensure sustainability and improve the country's medium-term financial outlook. The minister also spoke about the risk of Maldives face due to climate change. Despite these challenges, he noted that the Maldives continue to work relentlessly to overcome the situation. He revealed that the country is working to convert 33% of its energy consumption into renewable energy and stressed the importance of working together to achieve such goals. He also emphasized the importance of sharing expertise and knowledge on such matters.
Minister of Housing, Land and Urban Development Dr. Ali Haider announces that the ministry's operation will resume after the weekend despite a disruption caused by a fire. A raging fire completely burned down the ministry building located on Amini Magu in Male City last Thursday and the government has taken swift measures to ensure the ministry's operations are restored at the earliest. Speaking to PSM News, Minister Haidar said efforts are underway to relocate the ministry's operation to Darbarge with assistance from state entities and enterprises. The ministry will resume its work from a new location on Sunday, he added. The minister confirmed that the fire had destroyed the ministry's server on which crucial information such as employee information as well as project files were stored. As a result, all documents and data have been lost, he said. Addressing concerns regarding the former government's Gedorveria scheme data, Minister Haidar said although the information stored on the server cannot be recovered, the information related to the flood scheme remains unaffected. In addition to the Housing Ministry, the Minister of Construction and Infrastructure as well as the Minister of Climate Change, Environment and Energy were also affected by the fire. The three ministries will operate from Darbarge from Sunday. Minister of Fisheries and Ocean Resources Ahmad Shyam commends President Dr. Mohammad Moiz for his efforts in capacity building within the fisheries industry.
The minister made these remarks while speaking to PSM News at the Maswaringe Haviru event held at Hulumale Central Park on the occasion of the Fisherman's Day. The event was inaugurated by Minister Shyam, the CEO of the Maldives Industrial Fisheries Company Limited, MIFCO, Dr. Vitali Lubinov, and President of the Maldives Seafood Processors and Exporters Association, Umar Jamal. Following the event's launch, Minister Shyam taught the stalls set up at the event. Speaking to PSM News after the tour, the minister highlighted the administration's ongoing efforts to strengthen the fisheries sector. He emphasized that this year's Fisherman Day was being celebrated while the government has already fulfilled its pledge to ensure that payments for fish sold to MIFCO are released within 48 hours of purchase. Acknowledging that the primary concerns of fishermen revolve around payments, the minister assured that the government will tackle other key issues with the same effectiveness as it did for payments. This includes challenges such as the availability of diesel at affordable rates, as well as difficulties in obtaining ice, he stated. The minister further noted that efforts to increase storage capacity to ensure that fishermen receive the best prices for their catch will reach completion within the next 2 years. Noting that these developments will also contribute to capacity building within the fisheries sector, in line with President Dr. Moiz's vision for the sector, the efforts will also increase local engagement and interest in the industry, he added. The Fisheries College has already been established in the Maldives in collaboration with the Maldives National University, MNU. The college offers field-related courses to support the development of the industry.
Police Chief Ali Shujao says that police will be seeking the help of foreign agencies in the ongoing investigation into the devastating government building fire. The fire, which broke out early Thursday morning, devastated the building housing the Ministry of Housing, Land and Urban Development and the Ministry of Construction and Infrastructure. The adjacent green building, home to the Ministry of Climate Change, Environment and Energy, was also damaged in the incident. Speaking to reporters on Saturday, Shujao assured a comprehensive investigation into the incident, adding that the police will seek the help of a foreign agency in the effort. Commissioner Shujao said the government is taking necessary steps to arrange for the foreign team to join the investigation team, adding that he was confident that together police will be able to identify the cause of the incident. The investigation into the incident is already underway, and Shujao said forensic teams were on duty combing the site, taking key samples and analyzing CCTV footage around the building. According to Shujao, police are taking statements from eyewitnesses, and people believed to have first-hand information about the incident are being questioned. He also urged people with any information related to the incident to come forward, adding that a convenient system would be arranged to facilitate the process. Chief of Defence Force Major General Ibrahim Hilmi said The first firefighters team rushed to the scene around 6:30 a.m. on Thursday and began efforts to control the fire. We will be back after a short break.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله اللهم رب هذه الدعوة التامة والصلاة القائمة آت محمدًا الوسيلة والفضيلة والدرجة الرفيعة وبعثه مقامًا محمودًا الذي وعدته وارزقنا شفاعته برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين وصلى الله على محمد وآله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
For over 30 years, we have been getting stronger and faster. We have been expanding our network across the globe. In the Middle East and Northern Africa, we have Sister Union, Arab States Broadcasting Union, sharing news with us daily. In Europe, we exchange news with over 60 different European broadcasters, and in America, CNN receives news materials from Aviat and broadcasts them all over the world. Asian news is changing faster and having more of an impact on global affairs than ever before. The new internet platform has made it easier to contribute and access current news events, and the rise of membership participation has led to a dramatic increase of items being exchanged over the last year. So join us as we document history in the making. Asia Vision, Asian news through Asian eyes.
Avian, every Thursday night at 11 o'clock on PSM News.
Welcome back to PSM News in English. The ambassador of the Maldives to China, Dr. Fazil Najib, has presented his letter of credence to the President of China, Xi Jinping. The letter of credence was presented at a special ceremony held Friday at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. During the proceedings, Ambassador Fazil conveyed best wishes and greetings from President Dr. Mohamed Muiz and the people of Maldives to President Xi and the friendly people of China. President Xi welcomed Ambassador Fazil and congratulated him on his appointment, assuring him full cooperation in strengthening the close bilateral ties between both countries. The ambassador was accompanied by his spouse, Amanat Farisha, at the ceremony. The Maldives and China established diplomatic relations on 14th October 1972. Ambassador Fazil is the fifth ambassador of Maldives to China. MMPRC Managing Director Ibrahim Shuri announces that the Maldives Marketing and Public Relations Corporation, MMPRC, is set to embark on a new marketing initiative targeting visitors from the Arab world next year. Shuri said during an interview on PSM News, Khidmat Tering program that the Arab world, which includes countries in the Middle East and North Africa, MENA region, has not previously been the focus of MMPRC's marketing and promotional campaigns. He said that it is set to change with the upcoming roadshow. He added that the roadshow will target all countries in the Middle East. Shuri said the officials of MMPRC has met with officials from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai, United Arab Emirates, and Gulf Air from Bahrain, and they are very supportive. A total of 67,224 tourists from the Middle Eastern region visited the Maldives during the first 10 months of 2024, according to statistics released by the Ministry of Tourism. The initiative aims to further increase these numbers by promoting the Maldives as a premier tourist destination in the Arab world, Shuri added. MMPRC's marketing and promotional campaigns are strategically developed based on current travel and market trends. Earlier this year, MMPRC focused on the Indian market in response to a decline in arrival figures from India. As part of this initiative, roadshows were conducted in 3 major cities in India, leading to an increase in tourist arrivals from the country. Wall Street closes lower on Thursday as investors evaluate key economic indicators ahead of the Federal Reserve's meeting next week.
Nasdaq has surged past the 20,000 mark for the first time on Wednesday, driven by a strong rally in technology stocks. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 reached its highest level in nearly a week, buoyed by an inflation report that solidified expectations for a 25 basis point rate cut at the Fed's December 17th to 18th meeting. Initial claims for U.S. unemployment benefits unexpectedly climbed last week, raising concerns about labor market resilience. U.S. producer prices rose more than forecast in November, though a moderation in service cost pointed to a continuation of the broader disinflationary trend. Trader bets on the cut next week stand at over 98% according to CMV's Fed Watch tool. However, they indicate expectations of a pause in January after several Fed officials last week urged a caution over the pace of monetary policy easing as the economy remained resilient. According to primary data, the S&P 500 lost 32.49 points or 0.53% to end at 5,051.70 points, while the Nasdaq Composite lost 132.05 points or 0.66% to 19,902.84. The Dow Jones Industrial Average fell 232.32 points or 0.53% to 43,916.24.
An Israeli strike on a post office sheltering Gaza residents killed at least 30 Palestinians and wounded 50 on Friday.
Families are displaced by the 14-month-old conflict that sought refuge in the postal facility in the Nuseirat Cape, and strike late on Thursday brought the day's death toll in the enclave to 66, the medics said. Israel said its target was an Islamic Jihad leader of attacks on Israel civilians and troops, and accused the militant group of exploiting civilian infrastructure and population as a human shield for its activities. An Israeli military statement said it was reviewing reports on the number of casualties. It did not identify the Islamic Jihad member by name. Mourners bid farewell to loved ones at Al-Awda Hospital. Nuseirat is one of Gaza Strip's 8 historic camps originally for Palestinian refugees from the 1948 war around the establishment of Israel. Today it is part of dense urban area crowded with displaced people from throughout the enclave. The war in Palestinian enclave began after Hamas gunmen stormed into Israeli communities, killing around 1,200 people and taking about 250 hostages back to Hamas-run Gaza, according to Israeli tallies. Since then, Israel's military has leveled swaths of Gaza, driving nearly all of its 2.3 million people from their homes, giving rise to deadly hunger and disease and killing more than 44,800 people, according to Palestinian health authorities.
Manchester City boss Pep Guardiola blames the congested fixture schedule for the injuries that have ravaged his struggling team this season, saying he needs a squad of 25 or 30 players to weather the storm.
Saying City are in survival mode, Guardiola added he could have just 3 defenders available when they host Manchester United in Sunday's derby at Etihad Stadium, another blow to their dwindling hopes of retaining their Premier League title. They are 4th in the table and have just 1 victory to show for their last 10 games across all competitions. City are already out of the FA Cup and are 22nd in the Champions League table after a 2-0 loss to Juventus on Wednesday, with only the top 24 avoiding elimination. Guardiola said he was unsure who he would have in his backline, with Manuel Akanji and Nathan Ake still out after suffering injuries in their December 4th win over Nottingham Forest. Rico Lewis will be sidelined through suspension, while John Stones has been out since injuring his foot on November 23rd.
That's it for now. Thank you for watching PSM News. Have a good day.
Assalamualaikum, dunia